Hello folks, and welcome to our master switch build as part of our Fat Bike Night Light kit. So today we're going to be showing how to put a waterproof master on-off in line with our wires. So what we have here is our 12 volt 300 milliamp battery. There is an on-off switch. However, this will be stored in a container for winter riding so it's not exposed to the elements. And I don't want to have to open that container to flick this switch on and off when I take a break, a rest, or stop to hydrate. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this battery. It goes to a DC to SAE connector. It will go to this Y connector, out to a lead, which eventually connects to the lights. So what I want to do is I want to put a master switch in this Y connector. And that will allow us to turn on and off the battery without getting into the container. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this master switch and the pieces that it comes with, and we're going to snip this line, resize the line, bare the threads, and install them into this master switch. So what we have for tools is we have the master switch that comes with a casing, the toggle switch itself, 2 lockdown screws, 4 connector screws, the small connectors. We have some boots which I've pre-siliconed. We have a screwdriver, and we have pliers with a cutter. So, if we're ready, let's start cutting. Let's see how this works. So the first thing to do is I want to cut this wire basically in half. So I made my imprint, and now I'm going to cut. So now we've cut the wires. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to insert these through the silicone boot. Now it's important to remember these boots have a wide groove side. That's the side that's going to go into the casing. So if we open this casing and look at it, you'll see there's a lip. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to put it in so that lip falls in that wide groove. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this wire and we're going to insert it through the boot. You can see there's a silicone. I'm going to try to get that up over that other boot. Oh, one moment. There we go. We want to get that right up over that boot. And then we want to take this silicone and we want to repress that into that sleeve. And what that's going to do is going to create a waterproof seal right there. So once this is all together, we'll end up with a waterproof section. So the next thing we want to do is we want to take our box cutter and we want to separate these wires. I want to make sure we don't cut down through the sleeving. There we go. And we're going to do the same to this other side. This one's a little bit more complicated. It has a squared out end. So I'm hoping that this will work okay. Ah, good. It does look like it's going to slip up over that. There we go. Great. Okay, so now we want to grab the silicone, push it down in. I'll touch up the silicone after, depending on how it looks and comes out. My hands are a little greasy now. And I'm going to separate the wires. Careful while you're separating. You can see I'm kind of pushing towards my fingers. So you just want to be careful that you don't end up cutting yourself. There you go. Once you get it started, you can actually pull it apart with your hands. There, see? Okay, So we have our two ends. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put the toggle switch in. So this is press fit. And we're going to look to see how long the wires need to be to get to those clip bars. So one thing that I am seeing is these wires are thicker than probably what was anticipated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to separate these wires a little bit just to save time, and then we'll resume. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. This was more challenging than I thought because the cable is fairly thick. This is kind of a heavier gauge cable. And the Y insert into this switch is very narrow. So I had to cut off quite a bit of sheathing. I left a little bit of wire and I've connected. Now I'm going to do this again under pause, but what you need to make sure is the black matches black. So you can see the red, black. You want to make sure the black matches black and red matches red when you put this switch together. You don't want to cross them over. So I'm going to do this end, get it attached, and then we'll be back. Thank you. And we're back. Wow, this was a little bit more challenging than I thought. So as you can see, we had to leave just a little bit of wire. Not a lot. We cut out a significant amount of wire there in the middle. This side is actually a little bit long, so you can see that boot's no longer sliding up over that. I might trim it down a little bit later, but it looks like it's going to be fine to silicone. So see the wire comes in, stripped, it's connected to the screws. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this together and we'll test it. I'll tighten those down after. Just need enough to hold that toggle switch in there. All right. Looking good. That's good there. Oop. All right, so we have the battery to our DC to SAE. We have an SAE lead, which later we'll solder to the light. But let's connect these and see if they work. Oop, my bad. So we're going to put this switch in the middle. Sorry about that. So we've got battery, DC to SAE. We have switch. And now we're going to take one of the leads out. This would be like sending a lead to the headlight. And I have some alligator clips. So we're going to alligator clip this together. Try not to touch the wires. And let's see if this works. Nice! All right, so now we have an external master switch for what our lights will be. Thank you all, and I will see you in the soldering video.